information, as well as some word on the street, as well as the update from the sister and brother of Vanetta Adams and Marcus. They did leave me some information for you guys to pass on, like the numbers and stuff. I can read that back to you where you can call them. They couldn't make it this week with us, but they will be back next week, as well as with Precious Mother Love. We'll have an extra guest with us next week as well. That's coming up on 2GO Radio Talk Show. So we got a lot of things in store for you today, as well as for tomorrow. Today we're going to get really deep into the secret sign symbols of the we're going like continuing education from, giving you where you can notice things that you have noticed, but you never know what they meant. So we get ready to bring you the enlightening of educating you on signs and symbols that you probably have seen all through your life and never know what they meant. You probably just thought, oh, that's just part of the painting, or that's just part of the art carved in the wall of that art institution. No, but brothers and sisters, you're going to get a full enlightening education of the signs and symbols that's all abroad on our monies, everything. All these symbols you'll know. Once we educate you, Brother Lawrence had bought full facts sheets. He's gonna break it down for you, where you're gonna get, like I said, fully educated. So when you see these things, you'll know what they mean. You'll say, oh, okay, yeah, I remember. I was educated on that. That's what that means. Some are good and some are for bad, but mostly we try to do things for the positive and the good, but we have to let you know about the bad as well, because it is out there and it's real. So don't sleep. We bring you all of that. Your girl keep you forward on the 411. Also, to bring you updated, the play is still going on. We are doing the play, giving parents a standing ovation. We got 2 more rehearsals left. The play stages May the 5th at Bowie Performance Art Theater. The play is written by Dr. Blake. The book is about her events of her life, the process of her and her family going through the stages of this Alzheimer's, which is hitting a lot of us African Americans at this majority of the point. As you have seen previous show, I have done the research of the visual numbers, and that it hits African Americans in highly numbers because of the type of lifestyle that we have lived, and was not finding the preventiveness before we started aging. But it's all of us baby boomers that were born from 65 on up. I think it's like 4 years on up. We're now caregivers, so this play that's what it's basically all about. And it goes through the 3 stages of the parent and her children and grandchildren all celebrating, and the birthday to her, them trying to sweet talk her into leaving her home and going into a nursing home, and they're at church. So it's a very, 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 very educated, informative play, where, you go through all the phases, and you're going to see all your family members, because we're cutting up in the ad-lib part of it. She let us bring our own to it. Everything is not scripted. So you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to go through, so you're going to see everybody in your family in this place. So please come out, and you get, like I said, it's at the Performing Arts Theater at Bowie, and it's May the 5th. There's 2 shows. One show is at 2 p.m. The other show, it starts at 7 p.m. and that's 2018, May the 5th. So, and you can get your tickets at Guy Paso. I can't pronounce it, but I can spell it. That's GYPASCO.org. That's GYPASCO.org. And I know general admissions is only $25, and senior citizens is only $18. So there you have it, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. giving our parents a standing ovation. Also, I'll be trying to me, Brother Lawrence, we're going to get together and start back on our music trait, bring you some new sounds and let you see. We're going to probably try to start getting back in the studio and working on some music.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because as you've seen before on my show, one of the songs that I have written, his son, which is a great producer, music writer, Kid, wrote Back When, the music to Back When, one of the songs I performed on the show, previous show at 2GO. And so we're going to get back into what we do on the side as well, so you can see how we work with that as well and be creativity with some of you guys that might want to come here and join us. You know, you feel free to call right in. You know, we're on the air right here for you at Win DC Radio, as well as being live right now. So you join us at any time during this time from 5 to 7. We welcome you. If you have art, if you draw, if you rap, if you sing, if you dance, I mean, we welcome it all right here on this platform. If you have something you want to educate us about, that you have become what they call a connoisseur in, like maybe soil, or how you can get enrich soil to create better gardens, or real estate, or investment, or credit repairing, like as you saw with Miss Adams and Mr. Sharp, that will be back to continue that prep on that of how you can, you know, repair your credit and be able to go towards home purchasing. So all that, like I said, we're going to keep on bringing it to you. So with that being said, Brother Lon's going to bring us a little bit for a music break, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned.
Hands on me, touch me right there, rock my body. I can't keep my hands off you. Your body, it's my party. I'm doing this little dance for you. You got me so excited. Now it's just me and you. Your body's my party. Let's get it started. Oh, boy, you should know that your love is always on my mind. I'm not gonna fight it. I want it all the time. Boy, you should know that your love is always on my mind, and I can't deny it. I want you, I'm on you. The things I wanna do to you. My body's calling you. I'm having so much fun with you. Now it's just me and you. Your body's my party. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
You know, temptation and all. Out there trying to see if my relationship's strong. Get a place in the charts, so run away from your heart. Yeah, this music my all, nothing is sacred no more. I'm wrong. I'm promising you better though. Your friends saying let them go. And we ain't getting any younger. I can give them now, but I can promise you forever though. That's right.
You got it. It don't belong to anyone but you. Hey, if that's a question of my love, you got it. Baby, don't worry, I got plans for you. Yeah, baby, I've been making plans. Oh, love, baby, I've been making plans for you. Baby, I've been making plans.
We really could have a room.
Baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah.
You have a new love. I'll admit it. Let me be hypothetical. If the day I find a woman, I'd probably be scared to share her. The idea of me finding love would run somebody off. But through my wall, can use some blacks, but still I got flaws. Brush you off. Yeah, I'm kinda lost. Now I'm up in the club with a couple of move on. Sipping dark. Good trouble. Heart. Went from falling in love to drunk and falling apart.
This is wonderful. Come on, come on. Take a little time, just warm your up now. Dig a phone caller.
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
Come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk. Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on,
Maybe we'll take a long walk.
come on.
You're here, I'm pleased, and I really dig your company. Your smile, your style, your East mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what it cake's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free. Come on, go with me. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark and find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situations, temptations, education, relaxations, elevation. Or maybe we could talk about Zora 3118. Your background, it ain't squeaky clean. Sometimes we all have to swim up the stream. You ain't a saint, we all are sinners. But you put your good foot down, you make the show the winner. I respect that, man, you're so bad, and you're all that. Plus supreme, and you're humble, man, I'm numb, you're feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark and find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situations, temptations, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about revelations,
Give me the bridge, y'all.
or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday, or maybe we can roll the tree under the trees and listen to a tiffany, or maybe chill and just be, or maybe we can take a cruise and listen to the roots, or maybe eat some passion fruit, or maybe ride to the blues, or maybe we could just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park after dark and find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation, or maybe we can talk about songs in entirety. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark and find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation, or maybe we can talk about songs in entirety, or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday, or maybe we can roll a tree, or there's a tree, or listen to a symphony, or maybe chill and just be, or maybe we can take a cruise and listen to the blues, or maybe it's a passion fruit, or maybe ride to the blues, or just be silent. Come on.
I'm gonna take y'all a long walk through DC, y'all. Go-go style. You heard me? Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, Big Jan, get on up in there, man.
You know my badass ways, like feeling crime pays, rapping, throwing rubber bands, throwing hands to get my man. But we talk about so many things, like moon swings and moon rings. You got me thinking marriage, family, car, and baby carriage. Taking long walks in Rocky Park after dark, making love on park benches till they squeak and eat wrenches. Straight ghetto, matching Timbs and Eddies, haters on petty. If the larceny don't fetch him, then this heater gon' catch him. Cause all days I'm a shooter, so I'm always in madness. City life, Grammy hobo with the after dark solo. Look, Joe, it ain't no faking, couldn't make it no clearer. A DC player catching feelings for the girl in the mirror. See, this game is oh so real, and the rapping just talk. AMF and one deuce, Chan, Fade a long walk.
One more time.
Let's take a long walk around the park after dark and find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situations, temptation, education, relaxation.
right, all right.
Look what this girl did to me. She done cut me off from a good love. She told me that those days were gone. Now I'm sitting here going half crazy.
All right. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed a little music break while we were preparing the next little, getting the information together for you. And like I said, I was going to update you on the information that Ms. Adams and Mr. Sharp were giving to you. Remember, that number is for any Q&As that you had on preparing your credit towards you getting towards home purchasing. That number was 240-258-7660. That was 240-258-7660. Also, that was from Alternative Realty, and also Mr. Sharp also introduced. They have a program called. There's another program called CashHomaging.com. I think I'm saying it right. But they'll be back next week, like I said, to give you more extensive updated on their information and taking into it more detailed steps of how you can, because we talked about the bankruptcy, we talked about you personally researching and going through your bills and who you owe, as far as to know who to pay off, and how much interest rate they're charging you on your credit cards, the furniture, the car, and all that stuff like that. Like I said, we're not talking about your electric bill and gas bill, stuff like that, your necessities. We're talking about stuff that you're being charged interest rates on, like, you know, financing, these financial institutes. That's how they get you. Because it's like, it's three people to pay off one thing. You think you got a wash machine and a car, you think you're just dealing with one party. No, it's three parties when you're paying this stuff off. So you got the people that provided the inventory, you have the person that's financing, and you have the place that you bought it from. So you got all three of those people that you're dealing with. So, and you got it being reported to. So it's really four. So you know, you got the credit bureau that is being reported to. So these are the things that they're trying to get you to see, how the steps of what is being reported and what things are being that will count against you when you go try to apply for credit, because some people don't have enough credit to go out here to start prepping for homes, and your credit score has to be, as you heard Brother Sharp said, that your credit score at least to be. I know they said, well, I researched, and it said 750 or more is good. That's not excellent. 750 or more is good. That's standing. Anything under that, nobody's gonna really trust you, because that's where the margin is now. So 750, it used to be back 6 used to be good, you know, but 600 used to be good. But now 700, 750 and up is really standable. Where someone will want to finance you at a decent rate that won't really rape your bank or your pockets. Anything under, you will have to get a co-signer and such and such. But like I said, they're going to be back here next Saturday to go more into details with that information. And that's Brother Sharp, Marcus Sharp from Alternative Realties, and Vanetta Adams from ExitRealties.com, and also RealDivasRealties.com. So you can reach them on those entities. And that number, if you had any Q&A about, you know, if you want to get personal with them on a phone call, 101, and that number is 240-258-7660. So that was to update you on that from last week about the credit, because that's very important. And with you getting your taxes, and people are trying to elevate themselves to the next, you know, to the next level. And home buying, like they said last week, when you calculate, you know, the rent that you're paying to people every month you could be paying off a loan for a home. So you might want to reconsider your, like I said, like I said before in previous shows, being more frugal, you know, finding more ways to getting out of the habit of just going out here for what we want instead of our needs. Because all these things we're going to have to, because we don't know what type of government administration we're dealing with. We don't know what direction we're going to be going in. So people, we really got to consider these facts. And that's why I welcome this segment with Ms. Adams and Mr. Sharp, because I want you guys to really know what's going on that you can do for yourself. So you don't have to be so fearful when you step outside the box to go to these financial institutions to apply for credit. You already know what you're up against, because you know, you heard it from your girl and brother Lawrence right here, 2GO Radio and Win DC Radio, right here in your shops at Iverson. We're going to keep you educated, and we're going to keep you updated on how you can advance and enhance yourself as a person, because that's what we all about, self-advancing and empowering our people. We're going to make sure you get the education and the information you need right here at 2GO Radio. So with that being said, I'm going to also inform you on that when you do try to, before you try to get to cleaning your credit, I know a lot of people say, well, I can't afford this right now. You know, it's a process. You know, you just don't go out and start paying people off or go and find out who you owe and stuff. It's a process, folks. You don't just jump to clean your credit. First, you have to plan this stuff. You know, set a budget in place. Put a plan in place. Everything takes a plan. You know, you put a plan in place, that's a start. You know, because I don't want you to, like, blow your brain. I was like, oh, she talking about gotta save money, gotta go out here and pay people. Oh, I ain't got no money, I can't even live. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm being real. I'm being real, because that's me. You know, I'm being real with you. You know, it takes a plan. You got to put a plan in place. It takes steps. It's like I said, it's a process. Get a pen and paper, and, you know, you write down and like, okay, so first, what I got to do. This is things to do to start to cleaning up my finances. You know, pick a month you want to start at. You know, like I'm going to start in August. You know, when it gets towards being the winter time. Because that's when things start slowing down. And you can start seeing your finances better. That's when all the touring and summering and all the stuff is over with. August stuff starts slowing down. Things get back. Kids start going back to school to September. So you start putting a plan into action when your slowing down point is for your finances. Everybody has their own slowing down point. So, I mean, put a plan into action that is catered to how your household run. You know, everybody's household run this different. So that's why I'm saying get a piece of paper and pen and start putting a plan together that's catered to your household. And also, call in to the station or email us and let us know we live. Let us know that you're watching. I got these free gifts I want to give to you. The aromatherapy for your home. I'm going to be giving away every Saturday right here at 2GO Radio Talk Show. Me and Brother Lawrence, we're going to be having some gifts and stuff for you. It's all a little goodie bag, you know, you can just take home and spray around your house. This one is for your laundry, and it smells like pomegranate. It smells very good. Have your whole laundry, your sheets. You might not want to get out of bed. And this one is body sprays and citrus green tea spray for women when you get out of the shower. So got a lot of little goodie bags. So just call in, tune in. We just want to know you out there. That's all. Let us know you out there, you watching, and you want these goodie bags. Because I'm going to bring them every week until I give them away. It's going to be different stuff every week, so you don't be surprised of what I have for you right here at 2GO Radio. So Brother Lawrence is going to get into, he brought into the education so you won't get spooked when we start putting out these pictures. It's going to be, like I said, I was telling you before, at the beginning of the show, just like a little introduction to before we start getting into it. Basically, it's the Elements Encyclopedia of the secret signs and symbols. Because I know everybody's mind is being blown because it's not only just, we want to awaken you people. Because now you're seeing it, it's touching our kids. I'm hearing them talk about it in the hip hop music world. I'm hearing them talk about it in fashion. It's all across, all across the celebrities. It's even, like I said, on our monies. It's even the doctor. You see the doctor signs. I don't know if you can see this that clearly, but we're going to pull them all up bigger on sheets for you and bring you a little bit of lesson on them. We may not be able to cover all of them for you, but we're going to give you some education to awaken you on some of these signs that we've been seeing all our lives, but never really knowing the true meaning behind them, and being blind because of what man has said, or what someone has said, or what we may have heard it may mean or it symbolizes. So we're going to get deep into some of those for you so you can be educated and awakening on that. So stay tuned, and we're going to continue on, and I'm going to keep updating you on everything that we have gone through from last week. Like I said, for Miss Adams or Mr. Shop, that's 240-258-7660 for that credit and that Q&A for any type of credit or finance information. Please give them a call before they get back here. That way, if you have any questions, they'll have all that for you. They'll gather all that information for you. They'll have all the facts that you would need next Saturday. Please don't forget to call that number. That number, again, is so important because I want everybody to have that chance at American Dream. It's nothing like owning a home, guys. I'm telling you, it's nothing like owning a home. And it's not as expensive as you think. It's all types of level of home buying, all types of programs that'll help you purchase a home. First-time home buyers, second-time credit forgiveness programs. You got Fannie Mae, you got FHA, you got all these people out here that will help you get a home, especially if you've never had one before. It's even easier. You just got to clean up that credit and get them coins together. At least start out with at least $500. If you could just get a plan to start out with just putting $500 in the bank, that'll get somebody noticed and get that credit cleaned up. You'll be on your way. But 240-258-7660 for Miss Adams or Mr. Sharp about the finances and credit prep towards purchasing a home. Okay? And now we're going to get ready to get into the encyclopedia of the elements of the secret signs and symbols. Okay, welcome into the conversation, Brother Lawrence. Which ones you want to start out on and just telling the people some basically about it? But I can probably read for what the book is all about and what the signs is. You want me to read from the back of the book?
You can do that.
Okay, it says, this is unlock the ancient secrets behind the world's signs and symbols. See? I didn't even know it said world. And I said stuff we've been seeing all throughout our life. See? So, it's a confirmation. In this book, you will find that the definitive from A to Z guide to the ancient meaning of signs and symbols of some which have been lost for thousands of years from different cultures, religions across the world. Here are some magic and mystery secret alphabet scripts, numerology. Find out why Masonic temples have black and white checkered floors, where in natural world the golden mean can be found, why the pentagram is considered a magical symbol of power, and more. So, this is real deep, and I know that was a lot, but we're just going to take you a few steps into it just to give you some eye awakening so it can stay stamped in the back of your head, because he blew up some nice big pictures of these symbols. And go ahead, Brother Lawrence, so we can get started.
I just want to start out saying that, we're going to talk about some runes, some signs and symbols, and what really got me started on this, basically, when I got into spirituality, because when I started out, I was in religion, and religion, they speak on certain things, and certain things they stay away from. So, I was going out in different stores, and I started seeing this symbol, and I was like, I'm starting to see this symbol everywhere. So what is this symbol? And then I just faded away from it. I'm going to give you this right here, Kim.
Okay.
And it just kept popping out. I just kept noticing. So that led me to actually Google. That's the symbol right there. And what I had first noticed, that symbol, when I was growing up, you ever notice them little black fences, and they used to have that same symbol on it. And if you show this picture right here, Kim, that's a symbol of like what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yes, the picket fence.
You can hold up, they might can see it.
Yeah, the picket fence.
It started out when I was little. I used to see the black picket fence with those symbols, and then I used to be a Boy Scout, and I know that same symbol was on our uniform and on our hats. Back then, I wasn't paying attention to it. I'm saying as I got older, I was putting two and two together. Then I noticed the symbol was on the Saints, the football team. They got that symbol on their helmet, on their uniform.
Yeah, they sure do.
You know, and if you look at that king, when you wear, kings wear crowns, they had that same symbol. And even back in the slavery days, they used that symbol, right? You know, but they actually used it for bad, because they used it, you know. That's actually a flower. What's the name of that plant?
Flor de lis.
Yeah, that's
Flor de lis.
That's a plant. So a plant is not bad, but everything has vibrations, and you can put your phone on. Everything has vibrations, and it means something. Even when we talk about spirituality, and you talk about angels and demons and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times they don't really recognize words. The English language, different language, but they do, because that actually, you can trace that back to the 1500s, you know, and that's a lot of years ago. And like I said, it's a science behind it, and so it's not bad or good. Just like energy, energy is just energy, but it's what you do with your energy. You know, you might have a person, you know, get up and do something bad, you know, because we can't do nothing without energy. Energy is everything. That's why people go to sleep and get their rest so they can get energy. So when I noticed that plant kept sticking out, and so I started Googling it and doing some, you know, research on it. And it's a ruin. A ruin is things, I might do a little game with you, because you can actually we can make our own ruins. What you can do with that symbol, some people have it on their home, but when they put it on that fence and they used to put it around the front of their house, it's actually for protection.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's why the Boy Scout used it. And I was actually at work one day, and I was sitting in the office in the boardroom, and I looked at this art. There was some artwork up there. And right there in the corner, I seen that same symbol. And I was like, hold up, a lot of people using this symbol. I'm riding on the street. So what I found out was you can take certain symbols and signs, and you can actually put them in your artwork, and it'll work for you. You know, I got them things now all out through my house. And what's that singing name?
Picasso, he had certain his way to his art. Everybody know that's his art. So you say it worked for him. Yeah, but
what I'm saying is with subliminal messaging, like subliminal, it's like they hide things, right? You can, if you have a song, or if you like that art to go. But this guy, when I was in the office, it was some pretty work, but he had real small. He had that symbol in there, and the symbol had nothing to do with the art. But once I read up on it, that's when I found out people can use certain signs and symbols and put it in your work. Just like when you listen to hip hop music or any kind of music, what they would do, they would say certain things on a track. Like you might have a PA board with 12 tracks, right? And you got your bass, your guitar, your singing and all that. But then what they would do is, on one of them tracks, they would say something over and over, and they would loop it. So throughout the song, it's playing, but what they would do, they would turn it down. So you won't hear it, but your mind will catch it. Right. That's why they call it subliminal programming. Right. And you dance and all that, but you're being programmed at the same time. So a lot of times people use stuff for bad I was like, you can use it for good because you can program yourself with positive affirmations. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I found out about that. So you can give them the name of that, and they can actually Google it, because I actually have bracelets. You can wear bracelets, chains, that, you know, and now that you see it, the next time you see it, you'll know it. And like I said, that's more like for people use it for protection, you know.
And
I'm gonna let Kim read up on it.
the floor's delays, it says, seen regularly as a heraldic symbol. This stylish flower-inspired floor delays is much older than many people may realize. In appearing in Mesopotamia art, ancient Egyptian reliefs, as even as Dogon objects. The literary translation is the flower of the lily, and it is symbol of purity, being associated with the dove and the Virgin Mary. At Rennes-la-Château, the fleur de lis is a prominent symbol too in the Church of Mary Magdalene. So, you see, it's for symbol of purity, being associated with the dove and the Virgin Mary. So, there you have it. And it's to be a prominent symbol to be in the Church of Mary Magdalene. So that's a good symbol. Like I said, people put it in different areas and
Used for different things.
Different things.
Everything gives off a vibration. Even if you have it, I see people walking, they have it on their hats, on their back, you know, T-shirts and all that. And a lot of times they probably don't even know. They just wearing it for fashion,
Right.
you know. But the person that actually put it on that shirt, they made money off of it because you had to purchase that shirt or that hat. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So-
and as you recall it now, I have seen that in a lot of, in small print, big print. I have
Yeah.
seen that now.
I seen it Friday. I was riding to work, and it was this cleaning company, and it was cleaning company, and
Right.
they had their words and everything. But I seen that, you know, on that. So I already knew, you know, what time it was once I, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so hey, we do the same, you know.
So you have to keep your eyes open, people. And this is the floor of fleur de lis. Fleur de lis, like I said, is considered close to the symbols of the lily, the flower of the lily flower, and it's for purity, and it stands as in for the Virgin Mary, and you can find it in the Church of Mary Magdalene. So.
Okay.
There you have it, and he showed you where you can see it on fences. You see it in the Boy Scout symbol. So be
The
wearable,
Saints
King.
football. you know.
Saints football. The crowns of kings. Is it in the crowns of queen? Yeah, the queen crowns too. So yeah, so it's been around for ancient. So, and now you know what it means when you see this symbol. And now we're going to this next symbol, which is all-seeing eye.
I'm gonna let you read up on it. And then we
Okay.
can talk on it. But just,
Alrighty. We're going to read up on the all-seeing eye.
and if just pay attention to what it looked like. You've seen this before because it's also on the dollar bill, the back of the dollar
That's
bill.
right. So you're saying stuff we've been seeing for years.
Hidden in plain
We've
sight.
been hidden in plain sight, like Brother Lawrence said. It says, probably the all-seeing eye, probably the best known use of the all-seeing eye symbol is a part of a design of the Great Seal of the United States of America, which appears on a U.S. dollar bill, set within a triangle, a single eye surrounded by the rays of light. On the seal, the whole rests on the top of an unfurnished pyramid. There is something quite sinister about this disembodied ever watchful eye. Although its symbolically meaning is simple, it represents God watching over humankind, and is also known as the Eye of Providence. The eye itself is a powerful and popular symbol, and the all-seeing eye has its roots in Egyptian Eye of Horus. The addition of the triangle represents all the different aspects of the shape of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The fact that the Great Seal was a symbol that belonged to Freemasonry and alchemy prior to its adoption as part of the Great Seal of the USA has given rise to many conspiracy theories. That all-seeing eye is also the symbol of the Illuminati. Okay? Secretive organization within the Catholic Church has further bolstered these theories. In Freemasonry, God is known as the architect of the universe. The first reference is to all-seeing eye is the Masonic symbol appeared in 1797, although the Great Seal was designed in 1776, as the first used in 1782. So, it was symbol appeared in 1797, although it was used as the design in 1776. Y'all know that date, right? 1776. Okay. First used in 1872. I'm just trying to make sure people ain't losing you with all this reading. It was whispered that the Masonic influences must have been at work when the seal was designed. No one will ever know for sure, although all those magical symbols that encrust the seal must have been put there for a reason. Like we saying, all this stuff is for a reason. What is certain that when the eye was adopted as part of the design of the dollar in 1935, it was designed on the dollar in 1935, some history for you. It was a direct result of influence of President Franklin Roosevelt. So, that eye on the dollar, Roosevelt. Okay, I'm trying to give you some connections so you can remember all this stuff. Like I said, President Franklin Roosevelt, who had no reason to conceal as a Masonic affiliation, because he wasn't Masonry, I guess. But that was a little history on that of the all-seeing eye. And like I said, the important dates was 1776. You know, that was the Declaration
Independence.
of the Independence was signed, and then it swirled its way on around to being adopted part of design for the dollar in 1935, when President Franklin Roosevelt, who had no reason to conceal this as any affiliation with the Masonic. So
let me say this one on mine. Okay. It's affiliated, they say, with the Freemasons, the Illuminati, a lot of groups, right? But they actually took this a pyramid. And we all know where the pyramid comes from.
Right.
Yeah. So actually, we are the illuminated ones. You know, our ancestors.
Right.
You know, they went over there in Egypt and they using our science basically, because over here basically, you know, we ain't running nothing. You know, the powers that be. So when you look at the pyramid, you know how they say the pyramid starts from the bottom and it go all the way up. And the higher you go up in the pyramid, the more power you have, right? You remember the little pyramid thing.
Right.
So they put the all-seeing eye in there. You know, eyes, we use eyes to see. And what they say, the government. And a lot of people know as the government as the big brother watching us. Whatever you do, they watching us. This, you know, for the younger people out there that don't know, a lot of older people know. Like, even if you go and you want to buy a car, and you put down more than $10,000, you understand?
Reported, right.
Yeah, and they want to know, first, you pay your taxes.
Right.
You know,
how you get this,
where you get this money?
Down to the front, right.
All seeing eye. You look at, what's that, CB, what's that television show, channel? Is it CBS? Like you got Fox News, and you got, even in Fox.
NBC, CBS.
Yeah. They got symbols with that eye.
Yeah, the peacock. NBC got the body of the peacock with the eye.
So all that being said, basically is, they watching you. You know, even boil down to these cell phones.
And that's where it started down to what it was saying.
It's the government, you know.
Right. It was all symbol to part of design to be that the all God is watching over us, mankind. That's what it's supposed to start symbolizing. When it was in the Christianity Trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But then they, like you said, they switched it from God watching over all mankind to make it into something sinister, to being where they want to alter it and make it to their own to show who's the power.
Yeah, and like every president, right?
Right. He had no affiliation.
No, but every president is a Freemason.
That's why I said
You understand
they have
what I'm
no
saying?
affiliation. Why presidency get to use this when they have no affiliation as a Mason?
Yeah, so and the Masons, like you said, they go up to what, the 33 degree?
33 degrees.
Got 33 degree in our spine and our back. You know what I'm saying?
Did you gram what, Poopa, whatever that is?
Yeah, so you know, it's, and if you take that oath as a Masonry, right? Then later on you take that oath as a president, right? Which oath? You only serve president what, for 4 years that you win, then you do 8?
Right.
Well, if you're a Mason, you there for life.
True that.
You know, when they got their buildings all based over the world, I mean, it's just here. Everybody knows it's just old news. But for the young ones that don't know, you know, signs and symbols, you know.
Right.
You know.
And then I know back in the day, everybody used to saying how it is great to be part of the organizations of the Masons and the Eastern Stars.
Yeah, because you can actually move up.
Right.
You know.
Right, because you do get endowments. Because I'm an Eastern Star.
Yeah.
Of the International Chapter of DC. Yes. So I mean, and it's part
of affiliation.
Right,
You know what I'm
part
saying?
Of affiliation. But I'm on the lower scale where we do charitable events.
You probably down here. You down at the bottom.
Yeah, way
right?
down in the crack pot. Way down in the crack pot. My percentage ain't even near the first bar of the pyramid.
Yeah. So
but with that being said, you know, it's the all-seeing eye. And, you know, just watch out for these symbols, guys. And this is what it means. It means that, you know, you see it everywhere, anywhere. It means something that you're being watched. It can mean they're trying to, symbolic from Masons. It can be symbolic from the Catholic Church. Of God's seeing eye of seeing everything far as Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And what I'm trying to do is let you see that, like I said, everything is energy, everything carries a vibration. So you can use it for your good. You understand what I'm saying? When you what's that, Jay-Z, when he was on the stage,
he
and what
always
he
do the pyramid symbol. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That means something. You know, energy goes in and comes out. It's a lot to this. So we're not gonna be able to tell you everything, but we can open up the door and you can do your own research.
That's right. That's right.
And you can use it to better your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just energy. It's how you manipulate it. So we'll go on another one.
All righty.
That.
Okay. This is the Alpha and the Omega sign.
Got the page. You see it?
Yeah.
What's the page?
449. Alpha and the Omega.
Sure.
Alpha and Omega sign. Let me get you the history on that, because you know we're going to get our facts. You know, Lawrence don't play on finding the facts for you. He bring page out every time. He bring you some info or some symbols or some crystals. Or
just
something.
open up your eyes, that's all.
That's
on
all.
The spiritual
We're just
walk.
trying to just waken you on some things that we've been seeing through our lives, and now we know what they're truly meaning and what they stand for. Because I'm enjoying this lesson here, and it's going to stick in my head because I've been seeing these symbols all my life. Now I'm getting to know what they really stand for. It's a 449.
Could it say God people perish for the lack of knowledge?
46.
446.
All right. The Alpha and Omega. It says here in the Encyclopedias of Symbols, it says these are the names of the first and the last of the Greek alphabet. In general are believed to be whole within them of all secrets of the universe. So the Alpha Omega encompass these secrets within a circular whole and beginning and end, and a completion. The book of Revelation contains the following: I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Revelations 1st chapter, verse 8. These letters are often seen in association with other Christian symbols inscribed on altars, crosses, for example. The Alpha and the Omega.
All right, and I just speak a little bit on that. You know, The Alpha and Omega, actually, that's the beginning and the end. If you look at life, you have a beginning and you have an end, right? Even in college,
Yep.
you got your name, your sororities, Alpha,
Fraternities.
yeah, fraternities, yeah. So they using that science as well. Like I said, might go for a job, on an interview, and if the person doing the interview, y'all was in the same sorority, whatever, who you think gonna get that job out of 10, 15 people? It's like life, that's why people join different things. And when we said earlier about the 33 degree, you go to college, right? And when you get out, what they give you when you graduate?
Get your
A degree. So that's another thing you look up. What degrees mean? Where did it come from? You get the etymology word. So everything play a role, and once you start seeing this, you be like, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times, in that old saying, it ain't what you know sometimes, it's who you know.
Right.
Right. Just look at the people, even Steve Harvey and all these big famous people, they have connections. You just don't get there. I mean, you can have gifts and talents, and sometimes they'll come at you.
Right.
Or you do your thing, and they be like, he's gifted. Let's see if we can get him. Like a lot of times, you be good in basketball or science or whatever, and college just come out, try to get you to come with them, because they know 9 times out of 10, you're going to be inventing something. You're going to do something.
Right.
And they want to be affiliated with that. Because once you join them, it's a contract.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's a brotherhood for life.
So that's what it is, y'all, in this matrix. It ain't always like that outside the matrix, but what we trying to do is just open up your eyes so you can see some things and know some things. If a car ride past you, you might see something on the car.
And just like for you kids, you like younger kids, like the new show on BET called The Quad, the college show. All that is in there. They're talking about, you hear them come out, they do their stomping. They talking about Alpha, they be doing all that, when they be doing the step shows and stuff. This is all that up in the colleges and stuff. So, and like when them, like the fraternities, like he was just speaking of, when them kids go through those organizations, they're a part of those organizations for life. Just like myself, I joined the Eastern Star. I'm a part of that, even I could be active or not active, regardless. I'm still a part of that organization for life. So just be aware of what we're showing you of these symbols, guys, because
and if you and let me say that if you start blowing up and you start doing some things, they gonna contact you. It's simple as that,
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's why a lot of people sometimes they say, don't be quick to join anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they watch what you do.
Yeah.
They watch what you do. They see how you progress in your work.
Yeah.
And like you said, if they see you got something that's marketable and sellable, they gonna contact you through email. I have got somebody try to call me, tell me if I send them $450, they'll send me $750,000. Come on now.
Yeah, so
come on now.
Yeah, we just here to open up your eyes.
Yeah, you got to beware for these things. So yeah, this is the Alpha and Omega symbol.
And it's more than that. So that's just that one.
That's
and
just
you
that
see how
one.
thick
like,
that book
how
is?
Thick this book is. This is encyclopedias of what we just giving you just a whisper of what you can find in this book. So research and find out the elements of the encyclopedias of the secret signs and symbols. We're just going over briefly of what you can find in this book. Okay, and I know you all seen this before. And this is called the Swastika. And I know you think it's all about the man Hitler, but you're wrong. I have done, my son, we accidentally, and not even knowing Brother Lawrence was bringing this in today, we accidentally were going over, just researching me, testing my old school knowledge against the new school, because, he all caught up in this conspiracy theory. I don't like to leave, turn off the circuit breakers because they can hear what we're saying. He don't like to leave the circuit breakers on.
Even frequencies in your room.
Any freaky, he don't like to leave nothing plugged up on. He like to leave everything connected to
when they say,
plugs.
Another thing they say, like when you go to bed at night, unplug everything because frequencies are sent. and that's messing with your dream time. Because when you
That's
dream,
why he don't like to turn anything on.
it
so.
interferes with that.
See,
and
I
they
didn't
send
even know
signals.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I
thought
knew
he was
that.
tripping.
Nah,
I'm
he
like,
ain't
boy,
tripping.
get out of my room. I need my alarm clock.
Nah, he ain't tripping.
Yeah, so
You know.
so that's what I'm saying. We all in this together. The universe don't make mistakes. The old integrate to educate the young, and the young to educate the old. We got to
Yeah.
do this together. It's all in the networking and educating. So this is called the swastika. And like I said, a lot of you seen this all through your life, thinking it was only representing over there when Hitler was over there.
And that
you
was
know.
before Hitler.
Yeah,
So
this was
what they
before
do,
Hitler.
he did basically what we said we talking about doing, incorporating that, and he incorporated something bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the shape of the Pentagon.
Yep.
So they incorporated it, right?
Yep.
So you can read up
And
on
if
that
you
too.
go over the big map of DC, you'll see the eagle. You'll see this symbol. You'll see a lot of symbols. Go over the big map of DC and just look at the landscaping of our architect, of how they got the Smithsonian's and the memorials and stuff. You're going to see these symbols. You're going to see some of these symbols in that big, deep architects. Go, I guess what's that, the satellite view? And you can see like all the memorials. Just look at the grounds of how the memorials are shaped and areas they're in. From the dynamics from like where the monument is to where the White House is.
Yeah, it's lined
I'm
up.
telling you, it's lined up.
You got
It's
what they
lined
call
up.
ley lines. You got
Yeah.
everything, you know.
It's lined up. I'm telling you, people, we got so much education that we've been blinded about that they have not want us to find out about. They have not want us to be, which we're doing is called awakening you about. You know, giving you this hidden information that's been here for years
At your fingertip.
at your fingertips.
This thing called a Google. But
That's right.
You can
and
use
now you can pull it up at any time and any place. So here we go. And I'm going to read up on it for you guys. And like I said, it's called the swastika. Swastika. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but you can, and it's SWASTIRA. And like I said, a lot of you thought it was just for the Hitler symbol, but like it's been out. If you go downtown, you'll see it carved in some of the, if you go up Embassy Road, you'll see it in some of the symbols on the buildings. If you go through the Smithsonian Historical Museums, you're going to see them in some of those. I'm telling you, a lot of these signs. So I'm just telling you, be watchful. You know, you might find that somebody got in their car. You get in a Lyft or an Uber. You might see it in there. You know, you might go to visit somebody's church. You might see it in there. But
yeah, if you get in the car, somebody Uber, and you see something like that, you keep that eye up.
Yeah, you might say, what's going on? Okay, so I'm going to give you what it says in the encyclopedias of the elements of the encyclopedias of the secret signs. It says, the swastika is the regimen they believe mistakenly that it was a symbol of pure Aryan race. In fact, the swastika is a very old solar symbol going back to Neolithic times, reverent in many cultures and found in many different forms, including being sacred symbol in the sand paintings of Navajo Indians. It was one of the few symbols that have the utmost universal meaning significances, and the distribution and its spread extends throughout India and Northern Europe to Central America and as far as East Asia. The name comes from the Sanskrit word swasti, meaning well-being or so be it. So the first part of it, swasti, meaning well-being or so be it. Where there is a theory that it may have been first invented by basket weavers, since the swastika shape is the produce during the weaving process of when the ladies to weave the baskets. In examining the component elements of the swastika, the first thing to notice is that the shape of the four arms resembles a wheel. Like a wheel, the swastika can rotate in either direction. Officially, the arms are pointing in clockwise direction than the symbols. The sun, the male principle, the overt, it is pointing counterclockwise, which is like the wider shins. Within is the resemblance of the moon. which is the feminine principles that convert into this case. The swastika is sometimes called the swastika. However, there is a general no differentiations in the directions of the swastika that can be discerned from its uses or as a religious symbol. And it is certainly not the case, despite the popular belief that the left-oriented swastika is somehow evil, or that this was the only swastika employed by Nazis. For Hopa Indians, the clockwise swastika stand for the earth, reverse the sun. The wheel is the major symbol of the diorama of the religion, as so as the swastika when it's used in Hindu, in the temples of the homes or other places. The swastika is also decorated with bindu or dot in the center of the space between the arms. So this is the arms. And like I said, if you go clockwise or like the wheel, it's also like in the weaving process. The next thing to notice is that the swastika has 4 arms, which are jointed, giving further reinforcement to the significance of the numbers. The number 4 stands for solid. You heard that, right? Okay. Number 4 stands for solid. The material objects that concentrate the universe order in the discipline of the 4 corners of the world. It also indicates the 4 winds. So, 4 stands for solid materials. 4 stands for the 4 corners of the world. Also indicate the 4 winds. So that's 3 things.
And check this out, though. While you were saying that, the people that actually, it's the reason they use that, the Nazis or whoever. When it came to me, like 4 corners of the world, what that mean? You want to take over the whole world. Mm-hmm. Not just one, the 4 corners. Right? So, with that being said,
because if you get in the corners, you control.
Yeah, what you said, other one was, you said 4 corners.
It says number 4 stands for solid material objects constructed in the universe in order and discipline, the 4 corners of the world, and the 4 winds.
Yeah, so, and that also, when she said it means so be it.
Right.
But when you talk and you try to, come to agreement with someone and y'all at odds, and you can't come to agreement, you say what you say, so be it. It is what it is.
That's right.
So what's left after that?
No.
War. You know what I mean? So
agree or disagree.
So
agree
yeah,
disagree,
so
yeah.
you can do the research on that, and like I said, that's a symbol, and it vibrates. Just like I'm talking, you hear my voice. You can look at these symbols, right? And the person ain't gotta say nothing. You already know what they're about.
Right.
Mostly logos, people that come up with logos for their company, right? You have to get them patent. And if somebody try to use your logo, you can sue them. You understand what I'm saying? I heard, what was one of them? They say Jay-Z and Beyonce was trying to buy, I heard on the news the other day, was trying to buy one of these logos. It'll come back to me. It was an old logo used basically for hate. But once you own it, right? I think it was that flag. What's that flag? Down south. What's the name of that flag? And they made a big thing out of it because they had to take it down off
the rebel flag.
Is it the rebel? Yeah, I think
it's the rebel flag.
Yeah, they was trying to buy the rights to that junk, and so.
And the confetti.
The Confederate flag. Yeah, so there's a lot going on because, like you say, if you even in D.C. now, I'm starting to see them flags on people's houses, and I grew up in D.C.
I be seeing them. I seen the U.S. signs, the flag, and I see that flag.
So that's what I'm saying. Even the what you call that the all flag, the gays use.
Mm-hmm, all the colors in it.
Yeah. So basically, like I'm saying, signs and symbols, they mean something. So once you know that meaning, they ain't got to say nothing.
Nope.
You already know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, once you come up with your own Let me give you. You got a pen, and I want you to do something real quick. I want you to do it.
Oh, okay.
You can just write. Take a blank sheet of paper. You can write one of these.
So I can do it right here.
Okay. So what you would do is, you can take like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you how to make a ruin. What's that lady used to sing? Mariah Carey, right? And she had this song out. I think it was like in the early 2000s. And when she was getting ready to hit that high note, right? She always would do like that. You remember that? When she used to, well, you can pull up her old videos. But the thing was, people think she was like just being sassy. No. When she was going to hit this particular high note, she would do her ruin to make sure she hit that note. Because, I mean, it was up there. And every time that song come, whenever she sing that song. So what you would do, right, say you want to do some ruin. Say 2 Gold, you wanted to blow up. Like, so just say a phrase. Do a phrase, like something positive. Just give me a phrase.
To go is to go.
Or like something like positive about what you want.
In my mission statement.
No, not that. Like say for instance, 2 Gold Radio. We'll be successful. All right. Write down, we'll be successful. So what you want to do is take the vowels. Every vowel that's in there, write it down on the line going across it. Every vowel. So now that you got the vowels, right? Do you have any vowels that's the same? So how many vowels you got that's the same?
E's and U's.
Right. So what you want to do is come up under that line, write the vowels that's the same, only write them once. Write all the vowels down, but the ones that's the same, just write them once.
One time.
Yeah. Okay. So now what would you do with that you got there in the bottom? You would have to draw a design, but all of them ones that you got, they have to be touching one another.
The ones that's
Yeah, so
all these original vowels.
Use these vowels and draw a piece of artwork with all these touching each other up under here.
Okay.
Using that.
Okay.
Now what I'm saying, draw it under here. Use the O, the A, the I, the E, and the U. But you might can make the O.
Make a design in the letters.
You do it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You do it. And they all have to be touching each other. You might
Okay.
can roll with the E and touch. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
I got you.
And it don't have to be in line. It's just all those, you know, as long as you use each one of them. Okay, so that there is a ruin and it's a logo. But you can put your words of affirmations in it. You can bless it. You can do whatever. And that's something you drew and you came up with and you own it. So these symbols and all that.
That's how
it was the architect.
That's how it started.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Did you get that lesson, folks?
So
it's a ruin. This is what you call a ruin of your creation, of your birth, of your baby, of your business, of your logo, of your design.
Yeah, and I just threw that out there for free. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and I have a few of them because I have back in the day I had H2O. I drew a logo for that.
Okay.
I still got that. You know, every company I come out with, I do a logo, and I put whatever my words of power that I want in them. You just say that phrase, you take the vowels out, you sing them up. And then you do your design, and you understand what I'm saying? So that's how you do that.
That's how it's called a ruin, what you call it, right?
Yep.
And then back to where it says the swastika, is, okay, the 4 stands for the solid material objects, the constructed universe order, the discipline, and when we first started, the swasta part of it means so be it, well-being. Remember that? But we got down to the middle of it, it explains that it's in the 4s, which is the solid object, like I said, the construction, universal order, discipline, for the 4 corners of the world, which indicates the 4 winds of the cardinals, the 4 cardinals in directions, the seasons, and the elements, with the very center of the swastika representing the quintessences, also known as the 5th element. This central hub, the still center, points to the swastika as the symbol of the axis mundi. In Freemasonry, the hub of the swastika resembles the pole star.
Yeah. So even back on that pyramid, you know, you at the top of the pyramid, you can have Masons or whoever, and it goes up, and the higher it goes up, the top trickle down what they want, and everybody up underneath of it is going to follow that order.
Right.
And they going to have managers, directors, or whatever the titles they is that's in charge. Say, this how we going to do it, and then they going to have their people up under that, and that's how they going to carry it out.
Right.
You know, that's what they call, what they say, God watching over you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. It says this also, like I said, it's not. It says known as the 5th element. And don't get confused. Now this ain't got nothing to do, but it did. Remember in the movie now, the 5th element.
Mm-hmm.
If you think back when she had to save the world from the black ball, and she was in the middle. And they had the wind, the water, the fire.
But you got to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but you got to realize.
That was representing the 4 corners. Yeah. Remember, she stood in the middle.
But Hollywood, what they do? Hollywood, they work with magic.
They work it all in.
Magic, they work with magic. The Illuminati. This is them. This is America.
This has been going on for years, folks. This is what we're trying to open your eyes.
You ever heard the One World Order? That's what it's coming down to.
Yep, the One World Order, Rockefellers, the Queen. All that money, they've been running it.
We got time.
Forever. So these is, like I said, this is the swastika. This is the, going back so you won't forget. We're going to keep on going, but just going back so you refresh in your memory. This is the Alpha and the Omega symbol. This is the all-seeing eye, which is on the money. And this is the Flores de Lis. It's considered as like to symbolizes the little flower, pure, and you can find it in the Church of Magdalene, but you can also find it on some, they call it the wrought iron picket fences. A lot of old houses have these style symbol picket fences at the top.
So just imagine an angel flying, right? And they see that. They know what it is.
Right.
But go ahead and interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Because I didn't even know that part. But then you got it in the Boy Scouts. And you also have it in our crowns for our kings and queens.
And what's that New Orleans Saints football?
And the New Orleans Saints football. Yep.
And a lot of other. That's just something I pulled up.
We're just trying to just bringing it up to you so you guys can be mindful of these symbols when you're out in your world and you're just traveling and say, yeah, 2GO Radio was giving me this history and the knowledge on that. I'm hip to that, yeah. So what you doing with that in your car? That means you on some other stuff. See, yes.
And a lot of times don't even say nothing.
Don't say nothing. You just be knowing that you got the knowledge.
You know what I'm saying?
That you peep game, right? That we got school. We schooled you right here.
This
and
our next right one, here.
Our next one is what we were talking about. My affiliation with the Eastern Stars and the Masons. This is my symbol of my. Like I said, my affiliations with the Sister and Brotherhood of the Stars and the Masons. This is one of our, it has a lot of different meanings, and it's called the Crescent, Moon, and Star. And I'm going to look that up, and I'm going to give you the facts and 411 on that. Is that page 29?
Page 62.
Alrighty, bear with me, folks. Thank you for staying tuned in, and I hope you're enjoying this lesson because I truly am being enlightened. I mean, like I said, we've been seeing these things through our times and our lives, and we never know. We just thought it was just beautiful art. And some of we thought it was meaning that it was hateful, like the swastika. I thought it was just always from Russia until I got my little history, you know, about with my son this weekend and Lawrence here. I'm being educated. And here it is, like I said, in the Element Encyclopedia, so you won't think we just blowing smoke up your, you know, hoo-ha. It's facts. And it says the crescent moon and star. It says the crescent moon and star is, the crescent moon is possibly the most distinctive moon symbol. It shows the changing shape of the moon and also the return to the same shape like the moon. It also is connected to the female principle and the element of water. It is also linked to the virginity of goddesses with a strong moon connection such as Diane or Artemis, or often depicted with the unmistakable crescent moon shape close by in Christian iconography. Mary the Virgin, also known by the lyrical epic Star of the Sea, appears standing on the crescent moon with a star in the background, hinting at her goddess nature. She generally wears the color blue, symbolic of the spirituality and chastity. The crescent moon that rests on its back looks like a chalice, I guess that's what it's saying. The crescent moon with the star is one of the most infographics, excuse me guys, I'm trying to pronounce these words, infographic symbols of the Islam. Although the symbol is believed to predate the faith by thousands of years, as the symbols of a number of the great moon goddesses, Tana Ashtar, the queen of the heaven. There are several stories that explain why the symbol was so adopted. One is that the founder of the Ottoman Empire, Osman, had a dream in which the crescent moon stretched across the earth. Because of this, he kept the existing moon goddess symbol and made it the emblem of his empire. Incidentally, the crescent virtually is a national symbol of France. It's said to have been invented when the Turks were besieging in Budapest in 1686. So it was first had been invented with the Turks and besieging in Budapest in 1686. Another account gives the city as Vienna 3 years earlier. They dug an underground passage with the idea of reaching the center of town without attracting attention. However, a baker worker through the night heard the noise and raised the alarm. As a reward for saving the city, the baker was given the right to bake special pastries in the form of the crescent moon, and that was featured on the Ottoman flag. So there you go. Your history of this crescent moon and star. It goes back to being a tribute to the principle of the element of the waters, the virginity of the goddesses, relaxing on her moon, looking over all of her, they say all of the moons, the shapes of the Mary, the Virgin Mary, known as the lyrical star of the sea. So this crescent star, so you can research it, Google it. And like I said, it's like the elements of the encyclopedias of the secret signs and symbols. You can keep getting your knowledge. We keep schooling you, folks. We're going to keep giving you this update on all this 411, so you'll know what we can fight off and what we can invite in your life to help you keep your awareness and spiritual focus on what's good and what's not good for you. So
we off track? I mean,
we gotta go one more. Got one more?
Yeah, okay, I got one more.
Then I'll get into the word on the street. And like I said, thank you for staying tuned. And next Saturday we'll be back with some more Lawrence crystals or signs.
Okay, what I want to do with this one, we're gonna speak on this because everybody knows saying this, but I just came across this one. I was like, wow. You know, I didn't even know about this one, so you can just show this picture.
Yeah. This is, we all know what this is. This is called the Mark of the Beast, in case if you haven't seen it. For those who are like into the Antichrist and want to do wrong against the angelic mankind, this is what they follow, this is what they thirst for. Make them think they're part of Satan's army. So we ain't gonna give no life to that, but anyway, this is what you all see and you think, yeah, that's a question mark. Yep, but it's a lot more meaning to this. And you know, your girl and Brother Lawrence, we ready to give you the 411 facts on it and the elements of the encyclopedias of the secret signs and symbols.
You got the page.
And that's
164.
Alrighty.
This be the last one.
Yeah. We'll get into the word on the streets after this last symbol, guys. I appreciate you staying tuned and being awakening about these symbols and signs we've been seeing through all our lives. I am being educated at this very moment because I thought I knew it all. Oh, that's just somebody to do it, some very fancy art. Yeah,
but check it out up there. Did you know you got a star up there?
That's what I figured. I said that got a star in my side, and I was sitting here trying to think back what I had back then, and I got a few symbols.
Yeah, it was like, and like that star is real. Like when you wish upon a star, the dream would take you very far.
I got the butterfly. I got the
Cowboys. They incorporated that star on their helmet.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? The magic wand at the tip of it. What is it? It's a star. Yeah. You know, so you've been doing it and not even know. You know, but everything means something.
To my own.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's 160.
Was it 164?
164. Okay, and you all thought it was a question mark. I did too.
Actually, it is, but you know, but it's more.
It is a question. That's what it's called. But we're going to find out the meaning behind it. It said the sign is used every day. Isn't it? Therefore, it may not be thought of as a symbol of mystery, but that it is just what it is. It also resembles the sacred staff of augurs. That's Augurs. The sacred staff of augurs. The litus that ended with a spiral. Its components and elements are the wave. Turned on its side, the wave is an embodiment of the area between the spiritual material worlds, that is between what is possibility and what exists in the actual reality. The dot, or the bandhu, is what is the dot called. The bandhu below is the synonymous, which either the seed of potential or actual reality. The question mark is used to describe uncertainty or apprehension, but the element of the dot means that the symbol acts as a reminder that the person asking the question has the possible answer within yourself. Peep game. Wow.
And it was a part, you said something in there, you were saying about between the spiritual world. Say that.
Right,
that
it
part.
says the spiral, the litus ended with the spiral, is the component elements are the wave turned on the side. That wave is embellishment of the area between the spiritual and the material world.
Okay, what I wanted to say on that, when you read that, what came to mind was, you know, our brain actually was shattered into 3 parts. And we got that part that looked like the question makes, and they call that the membrane. Remember that song, Insane in the Membrane, that old song, right? So you got the spiritual and you got the real world, right? So anything, like when we talk about things that's happened in the spiritual and you want to bring it into the physical, and basically we call that manifesting, but we got the right and the left side of the brain, right? So I think it's the right side is mysticism, right? Things that you won't think it could happen. Right. You got your left side is facts, right? So what that represents is, okay, 1 and 1 is 2, right? Over on the right side, you'd be like, well, why 1 and 1 can't be 3, right? But facts say 1 and 1 is 2. That's when you work your alchemy, your magic. So we got to get from the left side and start working the right side more, because they took us away from that, you know. And so That's how, like I said, these mics, everything that you see, the wall, everything.
Oh, that's why.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's why they was training them and drilling in the head. Left, by left.
You see what I'm saying?
So yeah, it's hitting me. Everything that how they be trying to computerize you.
Things just come up. So anything that you see, it was in somebody thought first. It wasn't physical. They thought it. You understand what I'm saying? And like Albert Einstein, you know, he created stuff and did stuff. These chairs, like I say, you get the thought. That's on the right side. But then you got to manifest it. And then once you manifest it, it becomes physical. Left side, one is two, this and that. But anything that we use, these phones, everything was in somebody's head first.
Right.
So basically, I'm saying all this to say, get back into your right brain thinking. That's your subconscious, you know. Because when you're in your conscious just means you aware of something. I'm aware of you sitting on that chair. Right. People say, oh, I'm awake and now I'm aware.
You can be conscious, but
you're
not even focused.
But when you want to, when you actually trying to make a change and make a difference, you got to be in that subconscious. That's why I said, when people are doing them subliminal messages and all this kind of stuff, that's working in your subconscious. You got your binary beats. It's a lot to it, like I said. But you can Google it. It just get deeper and deeper, you know. But the people that's running the world, they know it. They got the power. How they got the power, you know, and they using it.
Yes, they do.
They're using it well.
And like I said, folks.
And then one more thing. When we talked about the number 3, you can look up the number 3. You can look up 1, what that mean. And that's that B. That 1 and that 3 is a B, right? You got that car, that BMW. That's one of my favorite cars. That B is a 13. That 3. That 3. That's 13, that whole car. And they ruined. They signed it. They came up with. They got billions and billions of dollars.
Yes, they do.
Look at the Mercedes.
Who's that baseball player down in Atlanta? I forgot who he played for, but he bought, he franchised into getting several BMW dealerships.
So corporations and business and all that, they have these things. They have symbols and signs that represent them, what they mean, and then they get it patent, right? But they also got to pay their taxes on their business. I mean, it's just all over. So it's
all over. So remember these signs. Remember the question marks. It's it's the basic showing you the realm of the spiritual world and what's in the real world, what's in reality in the spiritual world realm, the difference. And the dot is the bandu, which meaning that's that you have the answer within you of this question all along.
And
the
then
possibility
they make you
say,
and they tell you, like, you write it, it's just, it's a question mark. You know, what I just said, is it true?
Right. So it's up to you to research this stuff. That's why we're giving you this stuff. So that's the question mark. And then remember, we said we ain't going to speak too much on that. We just want you to know that it's out there and it's ugly. This is for, you've seen this as well. You also seen it almost.
I seen it last night.
Macy's thought they was slick. They don't have the moon, but they got the Y with that star hanging over top of it.
That Y and that star up top, that's a magic wand.
Yep, see?
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
and
the
that star over
moon
top of that wand
said
you come pour your money into that wand. That's why you go on Macy's, been spending all your money going and buying a t-shirt for $300. You know you ain't gotta spend no $300 on no Macy's time. But that's the crescent moon and the star. And then you have the 4, the swastika. Remember, it's the 4 of everything, the 4 corners of the world, the 4 winds, the 4 cardinals. And then you have the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end, fraternity, sorority symbols. Then you have the all-seeing eye, on dollar bills, on capital symbols, and royalty symbols. And then you have this also, royalty, the fleur de lis. That's the royalty symbol. That's also in the Saints, the football player symbols, the Boy Scouts. And back in the day on those long, tall, iron black fences, they was at the peak tops, the decors for the peak tops of those fences. Also, our queens and kings wears them in the crown, the same symbol. which is also catered to back to as the design for the lily flower. So there's you have your educated of the elements of the encyclopedias of the secret signs and symbols. We're going to give you a little bit of music, and then we're going to come back to you with the word on the street. Thank you for staying tuned and don't sleep. Your girl here right there.
Cause I know she still thinks about me too. And it ain't no way in hell that I can be just friends with you. And I wish we never did it. And I wish we never loved it. And I wish I never fell so deep in love with you. And now it ain't no way we can be friends. The way it felt, no faking it. Maybe we were moving just a little too fast. But what we've done, we can't take it back. Now I'm feeling halfway crazy. Cause I know she still thinks about me too. And it ain't no way in hell that I can be just friends with you. And I wish we never did it. And I wish we never loved it. And I wish I never fell so deep in love with you. And now it ain't no way we can be friends. And all I can say is la 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 Ain't no telling what we could have been. Ain't no telling what we could have been. And if I knew it ain't like this, I never would've kissed you. Cause I fell in love with you. We never would've kicked it. Girl, now everything's different. I lost my only lover and my friend. That's why I wish we never did it. Ooh, yeah. And I wish we never loved it. I wish we never loved it. And I wish I never felt so deep in love with you. And now it ain't no way we can be friends. We can be friends. La 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 Ain't no telling what we could have been. Ain't no telling what we could have been. Ain't no telling what we could have been. Ain't no telling what we could have been.
All the ballers in the club, let me see you just rock. If you're down with me. All the ladies on the floor, let me see you just rock. If you're down with me. Party people in the club, let me see you just rock. If you're down with me. All the ballers in the club, let me see you just rock. If you're down with me.
Check 1, 2, 3, ready to rock with me? To the hip hop, go
mixed with R&B. Stinky thinking Lady D from the DOC, a OG and a diva up in VIP. Posted in the bar, twisting my bud. I'm a ghetto superstar, that's why I'm getting my love. Like a pound of drugs, I stay around them thugs, and the bum buzz give me like 1,000 hugs.
All the ballers in the club, let me see you just rock, you down with me. All the ladies on the floor, let me see you just rock, you down with me. Party people in the club, let me see you just rock, you down with me. All the ballers in the club, let me see you just rock, you down with me. I like the way you come on to me, boy. Treat me like the queen, yeah, you bring me joy. Don't mess around, 'cause I know.
I don't know what it is about this beat that we have here, but it sure is fun.
Yo kid, I don't know what it is about this groove that's here making us move, but it sure is fun. I think it's time to rap.
Shall we?
Sure.
Kids play back rolling strong.
Dope and down.
Alrighty, welcome back. Thank you for enjoying our little music break there from Brother Lawrence selection. Also, we get ready to get into my favorite segment of the evening, Word on the Street, with yours truly, Lady 2GO. Gonna bring you the highs and the lows. I'm gonna first start out with, I know y'all all been crazy trying not to buy no eggs. I know y'all been going crazy, haven't y'all? Because this egg recall, and it ain't even in our state, but it's in the surrounding state of Virginia and Maryland. So it's a local, couple of few states where it's like 207 million across these few states of eggs recall. I'm telling you, I ain't been eating none. I just,
For real, I ain't even hear about that.
Yeah, been an egg recall.
I try not to watch the news, but
Yeah, I try to get a little bit of help. You know, this is part of the health part.
so what they say? What happened with this?
It was just that it was some salmonella found in just a couple. I think it was Florida. It's some states, but only close state near us is Virginia, and some of the farms. So, and it's certain eggs. I forgot the list of eggs, but I'll the recall will probably be over next Saturday. But just keep an eye out. Look it up. You can Google it. Find out which eggs are on the recall. Like I said, it's 207 million eggs that have been recalled, and it's only in a couple of, it's like it's about 3 or 4 states.
207 million?
Yeah, egg
You
recall.
know how many eggs that is?
I know. That's why I ain't been eating them. So I'm saying.
That's
it's
crazy.
Yes, I just been eating egg whites in a carton. I ain't even want to get the whole little chicken egg. So there you have it. I had to have my egg whites. But yes, so be careful. Google, watch your expiration dates. And I think it's certain brands that are being in this recall. So Google for the brands that have had this in the egg recall. Also, in the health segment of the Word on the Street, you know, allergy season is approaching. Just today, my eyes was itching, nose was running. Everything is blossoming into full blown with this swap and switch of this weather. So, you know, when you outdoors, with all this stuff pollinating, you can't see it, but I'm telling you folks, it's on you, it's in your hair, it's on your, it's on you. If you going outside and this stuff pollinating, trust me, it's on you. So when you go inside, you know, before you lay down or sit in your favorite chair, in front of your TV or whatever you do when you go home, probably want to wipe yourself off, change your clothes, because if you don't, you'll be bringing all that stuff, that the pollination that be in the air that is very fine, it's like dust, you can see it, it's on your clothes, and you're going to put it right on your bed, you're going to put it right on your couch, your favorite chair, or whatever. So change your clothes and wipe off yourself before you relax, okay? Don't just go in the house and relax. You're going to put all that pollination right on your stuff, and you'll be wondering why you sneezing and coughing and your eyes itching and stuff, because you ain't wash yourself off when you got out from outside.
You see it on your car.
Yeah, you can see it on your cars. It's a tint green film. It's not really high yet visible because it's just starting. But I'm telling you that we're in the peaking of allergy season. And also, you want to wipe out the insides of your nostrils when you go inside, when you wipe your face off. Clean the insides of your nostrils because we breathe these fine particles up into our nostrils and they collect on our heads and it makes you sneeze.
And that's why you see people wearing masks.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of people wearing a mask this time of the year. So these are just some allergy tips, and they got a lot of coupons now in your papers and in your little ads that they send you on the weekend, your little weekenders. They got a lot of coupons for allergy medicine. Start stocking up on them now before the season hit. Stock on them now because you're going to need them if you're going to travel. You plan on traveling this season because in 2 weeks, college kids will be getting out for summer vacation. And then 2 weeks after that, a few weeks after that in June, kids will be getting out of school. Touring and summer season will start. So you might want to get a jump start on all those allergy medicines before they start increasing up in prices in these stores' markups. Also, something real good. Even though we only came in 8th place, they did a research and they found the smartest women in the USA. They did a 10-state poll. And guess where DC placed for the smartest women in the U.S.? DC placed number 8.
Oh, okay. Who's number 1?
You wouldn't believe it.
Not New York. Or who?
Our neighbors, Arlington, Virginia, it's been rated by studies and statistics have been rated number 1 for having the smartest women, far as in business, far as in entrepreneurship.
But you know what though? After this last election, I don't put too much in nothing no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It made us go. After these last two, after this last election, it made a lot of women go into overdrive. But women have been climbing up into.
No, what I mean is, like when you do these surveys and you do this and you do that, like you say, I don't really think that Trump actually won, but we don't know.
We don't know.
So when you read statistics and stuff now.
Yeah, that's why I'd be shocked. I'd be like, what, really? And when we placed DC place, we not even a state. We a city, we placed number 8 on the map for the smartest women, number 8. That's
so that's what I say.
Yeah.
I don't let people dictate to me,
And then Virginia number 1, and I think Arlington, Virginia number 1 is another Virginia. What's the other one? Arlington. Alexandria was number 4. Okay. All these in the same region. And these
so basically what they saying, that's where all the smart women at in Virginia.
In the United States. So DC placed them up.
You agree with that?
Do I agree? I'm gonna say yeah for DC being number 8. I could accept that being number 8, but I don't know far as Arlington being number 1. I'm kind of amazed DC is number 8. For real, because we don't have the resources. We don't have. I don't see where's how it can be counted. We have all these problems with our.
No, they probably going by. That's why I say they probably going by the
we don't know what measures,
who got degrees,
right? Degrees,
who got whatever,
right.
And that's like
we don't
I
know
said,
what statistics they going by.
Right. So that's why I say
it could be credit. It could be.
And when you accept that, see, people play on your mind, your mentality.
Yes, they do.
So when they tell you something and you okay, I'm like, huh? In your book, not in my book. I don't agree with those terms and conditions. Right. And so but I don't mean knock your thing. But
I think it came off the census. You know how they do the census out. They send those out. So I think they came off of the census. And and that's it for the health. I'm going to get into the fashion, as I do every week. Floral prints are coming in. Prints, period. Prints are coming in. Prints on your shoes. Prints on your shirt. Prints, flowers, animals. Prints are coming in, and they're being popped with solid colors. They don't have to match. I could have did this with a pink. I could have did it with a very odd color, and it would have blended right in. It could have been with a red, and that's what they call color blocking and popping. So you can take floral prints, you can take stripes, lion, tigers, and bears, and put it with a popping block color. Oh my! You'll have your great outfit. So that's gonna be for your spring and summer wear. So you can color block and pop and lock and with your flower prints and your stripes and all that. So that's coming out for this summer. So don't be like, yeah, she a Bama. No, this is the new fashion. This is the new millennium, and this is what fashion look like. It's no coordination at all. It's what you make it and what you feel good in. It's your fashion.
You know, you just said, too. You said there's no coordination at all. You see, I'm old school. Remember that man back in the day said you got to know how to coordinate.
I got the shoes to match my shirt, right?
So now you said no coordination.
But it's none.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to.
I agree with it. I've seeing a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, that's what they doing now.
Yeah.
But you back in the old school, would you wear a pink shirt?
Nah.
See, that's the new fashion.
But I take that back. I got pictures of me in high school with pink shirt
on.
on.
You ain't got no butterfly collar shirt.
Pink shirt, tan pants.
See, back then we ain't had no coordination. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
it was the fashion and the brand.
Yeah, so but it's the whole, like I say, I wouldn't wear red shoes. I be seeing people wear red. My son.
Red bottoms. That's popular now.
I ain't talking about red bottom. Yeah, red bottom, but they wear red stuff that I wouldn't do back in the day. Cause like I say, I'm 55. So now I just sit back. I try to stick to me. I do what's comfortable for me, and
just
they
like
bringing the tight suits and stuff back now.
Just like these girls wearing they making glitter slippers that you can wear outside.
Yeah,
I can't wear no slipper and no scarf outside.
I call it anything go. That's what I call it.
That's how they doing fashion. So there's no coordination. Like I said, no coordination at all. You ain't gotta coordinate no more. So that's on fashion. You can pop, block, floor, lines, tigers, and bears. Oh my, and you can be fly. So that's for the fashion. Now I'm getting to this entertainment and music. This is far as abroad. I'm gonna get into our local musicians and stuff in the community part of the segment of Word on the Street. But just abroad in the entertainment and music, where I want to touch grounds on. I talked about him before, Meek Mills. He's finally getting out. He's finally got a new trial. They finally releasing him. But he's not getting out as soon as he think he is. They're making him wait 30 more days before they release him. I also wanted to say, hail to all the queens, local and abroad. All the women that have been putting in hard work and empowering each other, and even the men. I've just been seeing a lot of people networking all sides and shapes and colors. And it's just been a beautiful thing. I don't know what this Trump administration has done for the others, but I know for us as a people, I've been seeing a lot of us getting together on projects, a lot of us communicating better on businesses, a lot of us are empowering each other now. Like, look at ourselves, look like we did last week. I'm seeing a lot of this is flourish. It's in other words, folks, it's our time.
It's awakening.
It's awakening. So whatever you've been dreaming, whatever you've been working on, it's your time to bring it to the forefront. This is our time.
It's now or never, right?
It's a now or never. This is our time. So I want to give kudos to all our kings and queens out there. Whatever God put in your heart, whatever He platformed into you, to whatever He put into you to event, to bring out for the world to see, this is it. This is the awakening. It's time to bring it forefront so the world can see. Also, I thought something was so funny and ironic, but it's always somebody always trying to get in on our people, using our people for politics. And this is going, I don't know if you heard on TMZ or seen on the news, where Cardi B was saying something about Social Security. And then here come Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac. That's hot. Bernie Sanders, because it was funny. That's why I said Bernie Mac. Here come Bernie Sanders, the what is he? The congressman? Is he the Senate?
You say Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders, the
was
guy
that the one that
run
for
for president. Yeah,
I don't know what he is now, but that's what he did. That's what I know him from.
But he gonna come back and tweet it back at Cardi B and said, it's good of her to speak about Social Security, even though she's a young person, and it's for older people. But by the time she reaches her age, or Social Security age, it could be questionable. So he was giving her kudos for her speaking up. I don't know what made her come up about it, but she's not the first rapper that was speaking on political views. I
But
remember
you gotta
Jay-Z
know,
and
you gotta know, rappers and politicians, they going hand in hand
there you
now
go.
because they know
One watches the other.
But the rappers got the numbers.
Right, they got the
It's
followers.
business, yeah, the
Right.
follow.
So
So
they can tag their name on too.
yeah, it's a brand.
Yep.
You know?
And see, who knows? He probably tried to cover because he did run for
Yeah.
president. He know Trump is tripping and doing
But
all
you see,
kinds of
Hillary, she was up there with Jay-Z.
right.
You know, and who Trump had? He had what was it Kanye? Who was it? Kanye came after after Kanye had that breakdown.
Right, and then he had
out.
Michelle perform at his
and
everybody
she lost.
jumped on her.
Yeah, she lost a lot of.
She lost a lot of fans behind that. Yeah, but like she said, it's just a business.
I like her too because she's a good artist.
Very good, very.
But like
genius.
I say, it's a game out here, and you got to know how to jump on board with.
But look at her music now. Everything she put out there goes right to the top.
Yeah.
Everything she putting out now goes right to. They try to ban her and bash her first, but now everything she's putting out is going right straight to the top.
Yeah.
So, and also on the entertainment and music. But you want to say something else on that about Trump and the politics?
You can go ahead. I don't know who
celebrities. Okay. Also on the celebrity and entertainment and music. Now they're saying that Prince was murdered. It's crazy.
This what I had to say to that. You can look at an old Bart Simpson clip. You can actually YouTube it, and they got Prince dying on the elevator.
My son brought that to me the
You
other day.
understand what I'm saying?
They had Oprah for a president. They had a black president. They had Trump
Bart
in
Simpson
2012
Trump as president. So all this, like I say,
that guy, they say the guy that create these shows, The Simpsons, they say he's some type of
what, psychic or something?
No, they say he's one of them type of people that does like he's like a conspiracy type of person, but he does it through medium. Like
he go back and trace the things, but like I said. It's a script. It's already been played out. We just playing. Right. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. You think it's Democrat, Republican. It's all one.
But it goes back to show you, like you brought up the Simpson episodes previous showing Trump being president, and now he is today president. So, and it goes to show you back into what it says in the biblical days, as it is written, it shall be done.
Right, and like I said in one of my, I think it was my second show, the Bible say, write the vision down and make it plain. The things that we talking about in here, write it down. When we talked about, you can write it down.
Just like I did my
at the crescent moon. At the crescent moon, put your words of affirmation in it. The full moon, you burn it, send it back up to the universe. It ain't nothing new under the sun.
When's the next new moon?
You can Google it. I say everything right here at your fingertips. Once we give you the knowledge, you can sit back and don't do nothing, or you can say, let me try some of this stuff. It's up to you, because I'm getting mine. That's what I know.
I'm telling you, folks, I'm getting mine. I'm getting my awakening. My third eye is wide open. Like that eye, yeah, babe, I'm open.
All seeing
That's right. Our doctor says one thing, but the spirit world and the universe and God tell me something
we're in
else.
the age of Aquarius now. So
that's right.
At the beginning of it. So this is the information age. So
yep. And now for the word of the street, as far as the community, as you know, this is the 420 was yesterday. Today is 421. But the RFK Stadium got their big thing going on. So for those of you who like to, partake into what God has put in the earth for herbals and all that good stuff over there, you can go over to this RFK Stadium. They'll be going on, I help until to get, I think, nightfall. That'll be like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if you want to partake in any of those festivities. Also, a local female band other than the Belladonnas that play instruments. There's another female band that's out and around about. They're going to be performing at the Blues and Jazz Supper Club, and that's the Band of Roses. Yes, them ladies are bad. All of them play saxophone, play horn played, bass played, lead played, drums played, keyboard. All the ladies, just like Belladonna, doing their thing. Those are two bad female groups I love. So that's the Band of Roses. They're being
They had one of the ladies that played with Belladonna was actually in Beyonce, that new video she put out, they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got to Google that, folks, and call in and let us know. Give us some information so we can be able to put it out there for you guys. Also, the Band of Roses is going to have a special guest. I don't know if you guys, for those of you that, like us, old schoolers, the Band of Roses is going to have a special guest. Sir Nose from the Parliaments is going to be opening up for them on April the 28th. Like I said, the Blues and Jazz Supper Club. Also, I want to give Rich and just want to give my sympathy goes out to the family members and the band members of the guy known as DC, from the saxophone player of Rare Essence. He was known for his hats. Me and Brother Lance want to say some things about him.
Yeah, DC, yeah. When I played with Petworth back in the day, to me, DC, he was basically one of the coolest brothers that ever graced the stage with R.E. He played that saxophone, and he had that trademark like Mr. Magic. Man, Rare Essence would play that song for like 30 minutes warming up, you know. Everybody knew him in DC and loved him. You know, like you say, that hat he used to wear. You know, one time I seen him out up on my job. He had that hat on. This was years later. I said, he's still rocking that hat. He dapped me up. We laughed and everything. And he also was a good percussionist on that cowbell. So, you know, them like three of the things I know him for. When I seen it on Facebook, I was like, what? DC? I was like, nah, you know, but we never know when. That's why we got to live life to the fullest, you know?
Make it your best life, your everyday life.
Yeah.
One love, one thug. Stay tuned to 2GO Radio, right here, Win DC Radio, and your shops at Iverson's with Camille and Brother Lawrence. We'll be right here next Saturday for you from 5 to 7. Don't sleep. See you next week.
Some more music.
Yeah, little music.
Go get funky with the best.
All right. It should be coming on.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Hey.